95.7 The Game, the Bay Area's only FM sports station.
A lot of interesting things to get to from the ball game today. First of all, the A's making a bid early in the bottom of the first to take the lead. Jemiah Weeks at first after a leadoff single. Crisp was up next. In right center, he drops down, and Coco lines one down the right field line. A base hit. That's going to go to the wall. Reeks around second. Jemiah's going to third. Gallego's going to wave him. He's around third. Here's the throw to the plate, and here's the collision at the plate, and he hasn't touched the plate yet. Now the ruling is out at the plate on the tag by Perez. Stopping at second is Crisp. It's a two-base hit. 9-4-2 at the plate. And Jemiah Weeks is out for out number one of the bottom of the first inning. And they're tending to the catcher, Salvador Perez. It's a beautiful play by Perez, having to backhand the ball, blocking the plate with his left leg, and Jemiah in the collision. That was the only play he had. He couldn't slide, and Perez holding on. He did stay in the game. He would make his mark later, but he was really banged up. Crisp was able to steal third for the A's, his 40th of the year. Matsui walked. Willingham was up next. Here's his 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. Willingham swings and drives one to left center field. Gordon going back in the alley to the track right in front of the wall has the play, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third is Crisp. He scores on the sac fly. Back to first goes Matsui as the Athletics take a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the second, he is still leading 1-0 with two out. Michael Taylor made a bid for his second major league hit. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Michael Taylor. Line drive, solid base hit to right field. Francoeur throwing to first in the throw, and he's out. How do you like that? 9-3. Jeff Francoeur with that gun in right field. A ball that was smoked out there, and charging, taking on a hop was Francoeur, and Michael Taylor is stunned. Welcome to the big leagues, Michael Taylor. Jeff Francoeur threw him out at first base, 9-3 on what was going to be Michael Taylor's second major league hit. And that's how the bottom of the second comes to an end. And after two complete, it's 1-0 Athletics. For Moscoso, he retired the side in order in the first and second. He got the first, two outs in the third. Then he went to work on Alcides Escobar.
8 men have been retired, 7 via the fly ball, which is the MO for Moscoso. He's a high fastball pitcher, complements that with a cutter, occasional curve and changeup. But he pitches so aggressively off that fastball. And even though the velocity is 90 to 92, Kurt Suzuki has talked repeatedly about the little hop that's at the end of the pitches from Moscoso. He's been a pleasant surprise for the A's, trying to even his season record at 8-8. First ever appearance against the Royals. His 2-2 is on the way. Cutter chopped toward short. Waiting for it is Pennington. Sets his feet. Strong throw across. Another 1-2-3 inning for Moscoso. He is perfect. 9 up and 9 down. Midway through the third, 1-0 Oakland.
He also would get the first two batters in the fourth inning, Gordon and Giabatella. He'd retired 11 straight when Billy Butler came to the plate.
The 1-1 breaking ball right back off of Moscoso behind second base. Picked up by Weeks. Throws to first. The inning is over. 4 1-2-3 innings for Moscoso. 12 up and 12 down. Dating back to his last game, he's retired 25 consecutive hitters. On to the bottom of the fourth, and it is 1-0 Oakland.
He would eventually set an Oakland record for most consecutive hitters retired when he got number 30 today. That broke the mark shared by Catfish Hunter and Dallas Braden. 29 consecutive batters retired. Meanwhile, Alex Gordon, the left fielder for the Royals, had an adventure out there in the Coliseum sun. The A's batting in the bottom of the fourth, leading 1-0. A two-out single by Suzuki. Taylor next.
A swing and a fly ball to left center field. Moving back is Gordon to the track near the 362 sign, and that's where he hauls it in. Then he dropped it. So everybody is safe. Suzuki comes around third, and he will score. Gordon just flat dropped it on the track in left field. Taylor stands at second base. Fortunately, Suzuki was running hard enough on the play, and the A's lead it now 2-0. That is a glaring error by Alex Gordon, his fourth of the year. An unearned run for the A's. It's not a hit for Michael Taylor, but it's a little bit of redemption anyway, as he stands at second base, and the A's have doubled their lead.
Then in the fifth inning, Moscoso still perfect after 4. He got Hosmer and Francoeur, and then with 2 out in the fifth, the batter was Mitch Meyer. 2-2, and now Moscoso throws. It's on the way, and it's swung on and missed. A change up, and down he goes. And Guillermo Moscoso begins this game by retiring the first 15 Kansas City Royals. And halfway through our ball game today, after 4.5, it's 2-0 Athletics. Then in the fifth inning, still a tight ball game. A 2-out walk to Matsui, a single by Willingham, and that brought Scott Sizemore to the plate for the A's. 1-2. Set the pitch by Chen, swung on a high fly ball left field. Gordon fighting the sun, drifting back on it toward the track. He can't find it, and it drops at his feet. One run is in. Around third, here's Willingham to score. Stopping at second is Sizemore, and the A's get a gift, and they take a 4-0 lead. And the old sun at the Coliseum has really haunted Alex Gordon today. A helpless feeling, looking up. He kind of knew where the ball was. He was looking up, trying to shield his eyes, and the ball literally landed at his feet for a two-base hit. Matsui scored, and Willingham scored behind him, and it's 4-0 A's.
That ball almost hit him right in the head.
Yeah,
I mean, it landed right in front of him, literally at his feet.
And then for Moscoso, a lot of drama left as he was perfect through 5. He got the first two batters in the 6th inning, Perez and Moustakas, and the perfect game intact, but he walked Alcides Escobar on 4 pitches. He kept the no-hitter going by retiring Alex Gordon on a fly ball to end the 6th inning. So the A's were leading 4. Again, that closed stance, third base side of the rubber, pretty high leg kick, now throws, and it's lined down the left field line, fair in the corner. Taylor's around third. He can walk home. Weeks turning at first. He's going to second with a stand-up double. Another extra base hit for Jamiel Weeks, and the A's lead 6-0. That kid is something else. 3 hits today and 22 two-base hits in 80 Major League games. 6-0 A's. And that came after Rosales had hit a sac fly against Chen. Tim Collins came in the game for the Royals. He allowed that double down the line to Weeks. Then 1 out later, the batter was Matsui, and he was hitting against the Royals left-hander Collins. The turn, here's the pitch, and Matsui, it's a drive up the middle into center, a base hit around third. Weeks, here's the throw to the plate, and it's cut off by Hosmer. Scoring is Weeks. A solid base hit to center by Matsui, and the A's have broken out today offensively as they've taken a 7-0 lead. Godzilla with his 69th run batted in. And then in the 7th inning for Moscoso, still trying to preserve the no-hitter. He got Giovitella and Butler. The very tough Eric Hosmer was up next. At this point in the series, Hosmer was 5 for 12.
2-2 pitch to the left-hand swinging Hosmer. Breaking ball, got him looking. 7 no-hit innings for Guillermo Moscoso as he Ks Hosmer, and that's his 3rd strikeout of the day. 1-2-3 go the Royals. Stretch time at the Coliseum. A's in front, 7-0.
And with the A's leading 7-0, as the ball game would go to the 8th inning, it was Moscoso facing Jeff Francoeur leading off, and at this point in the game, the only base runner for the Royals was Escobar, who walked with 2 out in the 6th. And this is Jeff Francoeur batting for Kansas City, leading off in the 8th. Moscoso, first base side of the rubber. That hesitation, now the kick. Here's the pitch, and Francoeur, line drive, speared at second by Weeks. A sizzling shot by Francoeur. One step to his left on the rim of the outfield grass. The A's rookie second baseman hauls it in. And that ball was hit right on the screws by Jeff Francoeur. Out number 1. 1 out, 8th inning, and no-hitter intact for Moscoso. He is leading 7-0, and Mitch Meyer is coming up. Here's what happened when Meyer came to the plate next against Moscoso. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Moscoso back behind the hill, goes to the rosin bag, wipes his brow a little bit, tugs on the bill of his cap, climbs up the back slope of the mound, plants his right foot, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes to Meyer. Here's the turn, ready now. And the 3-2 pitch is on the way. Taken on the outside corner. Ring him up. Fastball. Strike 3 called, and Meyer can't believe it. He's barking at the plate umpire Wendelstedt. Now finally turns and walks away. 2 out, 8th inning. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the A's. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Kansas City. And then the rookie catcher Salvador Perez was up next, and Moscoso was able to jump ahead 0-2, but eventually Perez won the battle. 2-2, 2 out, 8th inning. The Royals without a hit. Moscoso ready. Here's the windup. And the 2-2 delivery is swung on line to right, base hit. He hung a breaking ball, and Perez lines a base hit to right, and Moscoso takes it 7 2/3, and he gets a standing ovation from the fans here at the Coliseum. He hung one up and away. And it's 11 hitless innings from Moscoso going back to his last start. A brilliant effort. And Moustakas is coming up. And then Moustakas with the one hitter going for Moscoso. He was the last batter for the Royals in that 8th inning. The outfield, a gap in right center. Now they're playing behind the runner. That's Perez at first. And now here's Moscoso and the 1-1 pitch. The kick, it's on the way. It's swung on, lifted to left field. Toward the line, a long run. Willingham in. He goes into a dive, and he makes a great backhanded catch. Rolls over, holds on, tumbles literally over the foul line, winds up in foul territory. An excellent play in left field by Josh Willingham. And now a standing ovation from the fans behind the A's dugout. Moscoso, a one-hitter through 8. And the first hit came after 7 2/3. We go to the bottom of the 8th on this Wednesday at the Coliseum. And the A's in command over the Royals, 7-0. And then Melvin trying to give Moscoso as much rope as possible as the 9th inning unfolded. The A's leading 7-0, got the first out. Then Gordon lined a base hit to right field. Then he struck out Giovitella. Then Billy Butler, after a long battle with Moscoso, hit a hard one-hopper to third. Booted by Sizemore. That was one error. Then Sizemore's belated throw to first airmailed the first baseman Rosales. Runners wound up at second and third. 2 errors on the play. And after throwing 129 pitches, I'm sure Melvin, thinking he had no choice, he took Moscoso out of the ball game, and Fatino de los Santos came on out of the bullpen, looking to preserve the shutout in the 2-hitter, and he was facing Hosmer. Here's the delivery by de los Santos, third base side of the rubber. The set, and it's on the way. Hosmer pops it up on the first pitch, playable. Foul territory, third base side, back to the coach's box. Sizemore drifting back into fair territory, makes the catch. And it turns out to be a combined 2-hitter for Guillermo Moscoso and Fatino de los Santos. Great effort by the A's starter Moscoso, and Melvin gave him every chance. But once it got to 129 pitches, the A's manager feeling best to play it safe as he went to de los Santos. He got the final out with one pitch to Hosmer. As